Hey everybody, so welcome to Stock Likes. So one of my favorite quotes out there by Warren Buffett is, nobody wants to get rich slowly, everybody wants to get rich quick. And then at the same time, a lot of people, they don't like to admit their mistakes in investing and trading. And I think that's what I want to talk about. I've had some mistakes that I've made recently that I've gone back, like there's a few that I've encountered, like Sofi and even Rocket Labs. I kind of brush them off, and then, I don't. The good thing about like making mistakes, you shouldn't hold on to them forever. Like just brush off this one company, and oh, they're no good in this and that, and you just gotta, with investing, you have to change your opinion. You can't just be stuck on one opinion forever. On if the fundamentals change in the company or something like that happens. And like for me, for like Rocket Labs, they're a small company, and I was like, oh, like how can they compete with SpaceX and this and that? And I started investing in them recently. I was kind of late to the game there, but just all the good that they're doing, as far as almost ahead of like kind of what SpaceX is doing. And then the same thing with, and you could tell with the price as well with Rocket Labs, and the same for SoFi. I was thinking it's so much a traditional, I mean, it's so an online bank, and like it's gonna end up, most it's gonna do is just how like what a regular online bank or traditional bank can do in stock performance. And but there's, I've sold, and then I'm looking back into it, like it would have been that time where the last couple years when it was trading like in the low fours and stuff like that, that you could really see that was a time to really get into that stock. So that was a mistake to not get back into that SoFi and have more conviction there, and knowing how much they're making right now as far as per quarter and everything like that, how much they're really improving. The same thing with Rocket Labs, just learning from your mistakes, and also you know, like how Warren Buffett says, like, sometimes you're not gonna see the results quick, and you just gotta have patience and wait it out through the long term, and kind of see the big picture of things instead of just being so quick to judge um, what's gonna happen down the road. So you just gotta have patience. I was have patience in a lot of things with like Palantir and Tesla and Nvidia and everything like that, but sometimes you can't trade in and out of those companies that are really have a lot of growth in front of them. And that's what I see. You just gotta have patience. I think that's what Buffett did. Buffalo. um, that's what he did through all his investments over time. Really get the big picture of what's going to happen down the road, and not make quick decisions on your your investments. And it's not even trading or anything. I think trading, that's where you make the mistake, and getting impatient, thinking it's a long-term investment and trading in and out of it. It's kind of a dumb move on my part, and then everybody does it themselves. I mean, we've all made mistakes in our investing career, no matter what. And that's how a lot of retail traders, investors, they don't make any money because they're all jumping in and out. And like most of them, they don't make, like 90% fail. And then the same effect goes for investing. Like if you're not, don't do your due diligence, you don't stick to your game plan, you're just going to end up failing. And just you're gonna sell too early. You're gonna miss that big run. Like SoFi, I think I sold in 10, and I'm like, oh man, it's just gonna peter out. But looking at their financials now, they're just, I kind of flip flopped on that. I've made other videos on SoFi, and then just, I think from that perspective, I was thinking that's valid, but it's just narrow-minded how I think I was looking at the perspective of how other online banks and traditional banks, like how their growth really hits a limit. And I think SoFi has much more potential room to go. They're so much bigger than comparing it to like Capital One or anything like that. They have so much more potential. They're more just in student loans and everything like that. I think there's so much more potential. And same thing with Rocket Labs. I was thinking, oh, like, Chad, you're never going to compete with SpaceX and all that stuff. But in a way, kind of, they don't have the publicity as SpaceX. But that's not the truth as far as how much potential it has. I think they really have great potential. But yeah, like I'm saying, like, be patient with your investments and with your trading. You know, especially with investing, just learn to just try to see things out, just keep DCAing into these great companies. I think that's where a lot of my gains have come from, just being patient with, with Palantir, with Tesla and Video and all those companies. Just be patient. I was in the past, I wasn't patient at all with like Tesla, and I missed out. Like, I made like quick gains, but like in the long run, the people that were like the tortoise instead of the rabbit, you're just plugging away, just DCAing. I know some people like that, and they had, oh, that's so boring and this and that. And you're just, but look down the road, 10 years down the road, some of those, can say slow investors, they really are the ones that really made out with Tesla per se. And so I'm trying to not make that mistake with Palantir, just holding it long term and just holding it for the long term, maybe 10 years out, and hopefully they turn into another Tesla so I can redeem myself from my Tesla mistakes, my SoFi mistakes, my Rocket Labs mistakes. So we all make tons of mistakes, and you just have to learn from them. And I have 90% of what I'm doing, I'm investing. I have like some shorts that I'm trying to kick off this year, and I started with a small amount, so I'm just really learning a ton from that. So, but that's minuscule what I'm doing. A lot of it's just investing for the long term. But like how Warren Buffett says, you'll never, majority of the time, I know some people that have done really well with just trading, but everybody wants to get rich quick, and who doesn't? And then nobody wants the slow method of just methodical, just DCAing and then just winning that way. But I think that's the key in anything. You just gotta have patience, and then the end results, you look at down the years, you're gonna do really well. And try your best to just to avoid margin and everything like that. As they say, it's too much risk involved. And then just be the tortoise, don't be the hare, and just keep doing your DCA. Just the slow way wins the race. And then really do your research on the companies itself. Listen to those earnings calls and really look into their finances and everything like that. before you put your hard-earned money. And then also at the same time, if they're like a growing company like a Sofi, like a Rocket Labs and stuff like that, and they have a good product, don't give up on them so quick. And the same, I think Sofi had the same way with Palantir. Palantir had they really dropped down like $6 and they came back. So a lot of people were writing them Palantir off. I think that's what I did halfway through Sofi. Now I'm looking to get back in. Just it's at 15 now, 15 to 20 range, that area. But I'm just looking to, well, actually like 10 to, no, it's actually the range kind of like 8 to 20 range. Maybe it works its way back down. I get back in, but it's I'll end up DCAing if I do in there. But I'm doing that with Rocket Labs. So into this talk, yeah, just learn from your mistakes. You know, don't expect it to get rich quick. You know, go the slow and methodical way, like the tortoise. Yeah, don't be the hare. And I know that you get that adrenaline rush from wanting things quick, but in the end, you don't really, you're not gonna be the winner that way. The odds are kind of stacked against you with how the market makers and everything are almost running the show, and that's just the way it works. If you like this video, like, subscribe. Not a financial advisor or anything like that, just my opinion here, and just about learning about your mistakes in investing and trying to redeem yourself in the end. And that's my plan with my my investments that I'm working on right now and into the future. So you can get financial freedom down the road. I know it's not going to be instant gratification, but it's gonna, in the long run, you're gonna win out. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and be that tortoise. Don't be the rabbit. All right, see you guys in the next one.